And what a weekend of NFL football from Thursday to Monday. It was close game after close game. 11 of the 13 games in the NFL, all decided by one touchdown or less. And then you had that Alabama-LSU college football game. It was just a great week of football, but it was all capped off by the game last night. The instant classic between the Seattle Seahawks and the 49ers. The 49ers came to that game 8-0, trying to preserve that undefeated season, but they go down in overtime to Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. But this game was Monday mayhem. End of the first quarter, 49ers were up 10-0. End of the third quarter, Seahawks were up 21-10, and then they fight all the way back. McLaughlin hits a clutch field goal, sends the game into overtime. Unfortunately, they couldn't get that field goal in overtime by McLaughlin, who shanks one wide left and ends up all the way in the tunnel. You see where that ball bounced? It was deep into that tunnel. I think the Black Cat at the Giants game got a hold of that, but then it was all about Myers. He hits the field goal that gets it done for the Seattle Seahawks.
Jason Myers, does he have it in him again? And Seattle has done it in a classic. And San Francisco suffers their first loss. Russell Wilson.
And you know who was happy about last night's game? The 1972 Miami Dolphins. Another year goes by, and they can pop bottles right now. Here's a live look of the 72 Dolphins.
Everybody is on. Everybody!
It had to be something like that. But hey, last night after the game, everybody was quick to attack Jimmy Garappolo. Jimmy G was feeling the heat last night. Not his best night. He goes 24 for 46, one touchdown, one interception. Could have been multiple interceptions. You had the linebackers for the Seahawks dropping multiple interceptions, but the one he threw to Quandre Diggs, that goes right through the hands of Kendrick Bourne. And I think all this criticism of Jimmy Garappolo is unfair. Last night, if you look at it, the 49ers, they dropped 9 passes last night. Emmanuel Sanders, he goes out with a rib injury. He comes back. And then, of course, they're missing George Kittle. George Kittle is quickly becoming the best tight end in the NFL, so he didn't have all of his weapons last night. And 9 drop passes. 49ers receiving corps, you need to do better. That's the same helmet, the same uniform that the great Jerry Rice wore, and you did not make him proud last night. And I hear people out there, Stephen A. Smith, saying that Jimmy Garoppolo is the weakest link. No, the 49ers receiving corps, they were the weakest link last night. And everyone's saying, no, Jimmy Garoppolo, he looks bad last night. Really? Ask your girlfriend or your wife if he looked bad last night. I'm pretty sure they'll say he looked just fine. And this is a learning experience for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's only going to get better. I still think the 49ers are contenders with him under center. Here's Jimmy G right after the game.
I think I could throw the ball better. We could catch it better. I think it's just a little bit of everything. There's not one specific thing that sticks out, but it's a bit of a reality check for us. Go back and respond this week. The receivers were battling. We had some injuries happen and everything like that, and people were being mixed and matched in different spots. But I thought overall those guys played well. We just gotta make plays when your number's called.
So Jimmy Garoppolo, hey, he's going to be just fine. It was his 19th start. He's only going to get better, and he's going to get better when his receivers start making catches, when George Kittle, the best tight end in football, comes back, and then there's more experience with Emmanuel Sanders. More reps with Sanders, keep him healthy, and it was really interesting. Seattle, it came out that Bobby Wagner said after the game, the Seattle linebacker, that they were picking up on Jimmy Garoppolo's checks at the line of scrimmage. So that's another thing that Kyle Shanahan can work on with Jimmy Garoppolo. But hey, he's got the arm, he's got the talent. It's just getting in those situations because, hey, everyone talks about the clutch gene. Does Jimmy Garoppolo have the clutch gene? Well, you develop that by playing games like last night. You develop that like Russell Wilson did, playing in Super Bowls, playing in high-intensity playoff games. So last night was great for Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers, despite losing the game and their undefeated season going down the drain. But it's all good, Niners fans. You went 4-12 last year. You're in the mix this year. And hey, Disney Plus comes out today. So hey, watch some Darkwing Duck or The Simpsons. Watch some Disney classics. And then before you know it, it'll be back to work on Sunday.